In this video, we're going to explore the independent subjunctives. That is, when we use a subjunctive as part of the main clause. And we're going to focus on this idea of a volitive subjunctive, which includes the jussives and the hortatory. Let's do some reminders and recap. Latin verbs can be conjugated into any one of the three moods, and the tone and meaning of each conjugated verb is dictated by the mood. Here are some examples. For the indicative, we have ambulat, he walks. For the imperative, ambula, walk. And for the subjunctive, ambulet, let him walk. The subjunctive is a statement from a non-neutral observer who has a bias or opinion that they wish to express. Here are a few examples. We might see the speaker's will, such as in this sentence, he should not talk right now. We might see the speaker's wish, like in this sentence, would that Rome win the war? Or we might see some elements of possibility. For example, Cicero might speak this evening. And finally, it's so important to remember that there is no one way to translate a subjunctive verb into English. Rather, you must learn each of the nuances of each construction to provide an accurate translation. Are you ready to start looking at a few constructions? All right, we're going to look at volitives or wishes, and perhaps you see the word volo in volitive, the word to want. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. First, we're going to look at the hortatory, which comes from the Latin word hortor, to encourage. The hortatory is the technical term for a first-person plural present subjunctive, which is used in the main part of a clause, and expresses the English idea let's. For example, ambulamus ad forum. We would say in English, let's walk to the forum. Do you see that nice present subjunctive in ambulamus, with the E being used as a thematic vowel? All right. Essentially, a cousin to the hortatory is the jussive. It expresses the same idea, but it's used for the third person singular and plural. Any ideas what this word comes from? It comes from the verb eubeo, which means to order in Latin. The third principal part of eubeo is jussi, and that's how we get the word jussive. Like the hortatory, the jussive expresses the English idea of let or may. For example, placentam consumant. Mary Antoinette much? Yeah, that means let them eat cake. You could also translate the sentence, if you wanted to, as may they eat cake. Now, the volitive can also be in the negative. We call this sometimes the prohibitive. And we use the particle ne and an e in order to express this. You would translate it in English something like let's not or do not. For example, ne ambulamus ad forum. Let's not walk to the forum. This applies for the jussive as well when we look at it in the third person singular or plural, and we're expressing the English idea let not or do not. For example, ne placentam consumant. Let them not eat cake. We also see the volitive used for the second person, and we usually treat these as essentially commands, maybe a little more mild than the imperative though. Let's see if you can try and translate these on your own. What do you think about urbem vestram defendatis? Any thoughts? Well, we have that nice subjunctive, defendatis. Maybe let's translate this as defend your city, or may you all defend your city. What about our next example, ne vincaris? Any thoughts here? Well, we have the negative ne plus our nice present subjunctive vincaris. Some good examples for a translation might include, may you not be conquered, or don't be conquered. Notice how I'm putting multiple different translations for these sentences? That's because it's kind of up to you and your stylistic preference in combination with the context to determine the most accurate translation possible. Let's see if we can think about the next one. Ne hoc temptes domi. Any thoughts here? Yeah, in this sentence, I'm trying to express the common English phrase, don't try this at home. However, you could also easily translate the sentence as, may you not try this at home. Whatever works best based on context. Okay, that's our exploration of the volitive, hortatory, and jussive. May you keep practicing!